let's start off with talking about the show tour that's coming up over Christmas. It's always a busy one. The Christmas period, you've got 5 games in 15 days, so that's averaging out obviously 1 every 3 days.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you. How do you train for something like that? Do you do training sessions in between those matches, or do you look to just power through?
No, really interesting question, because we have to organise which days that you have to recover. You know, so generally after a game you try and do a recovery session, but within that recovery session you've got to do a review as well of the last game to make sure that you've put in the tactics that you said you would, show players that have done well, players that have not done so well, and then you've got to try and do the next game's tactics pretty soon after that. So generally we'll do that in the morning after the review, and then we'll go out there and try and work on a few things that we need to work on for the next game. So it's very intense, this period, especially as we are intense in our organisation. If you're not organised at this level and got specific tactics against good championship teams that have their own tactics and know you inside out as well, then you can fall way behind. And what we've done in the last few weeks, we've managed to put ourselves in a nice position to be in the pack, as it were, in that sort of pack of 8-9 teams now at the bottom there that everyone's going to be fighting to get out of trouble.
I suppose I've heard you say before that you don't want to keep focusing on the draws, and you're getting a lot of draws, which, you know, not a bad thing to keep the points coming in, I suppose, keep that tally ticking over. Are you looking presumably for wins over the Christmas period? But you know, when you come into the 5th game in 15 days, you must just think the players are going to be tired.
Yeah,
they want to get home to their families and things like that. So.
Yeah, the only good thing about that is that the other teams will be doing the same. The bad thing is most of the other teams will have much bigger squads, and they'll have players that have right throughout their squad that are comfortable at this level. You know, there's not one squad member in the Blackburn squad that hasn't played in the Championship before, for instance. And so, you know, we got to remember the teams that we're coming up against, and the quality of the teams that we're coming up against. So, you know, on occasions, when we're disappointed, I'm disappointed in certain games that we've drawn. I felt we could have beaten Charlton. I really felt that if we'd have started right, and I felt we could have got a result at Barnsley as well. But then we have to judge Blackburn on the day, because they've got some quality players, and maybe a draw is a good result. Of course we want to win, but we've got to be careful that we don't start thinking that because we're at home to Blackburn, that's not an easy, but a 3 points. So we've got to work very hard to, any 3 points we get, we've got to earn.
They're a big club, and you're coming up against these week after week, really. I know, but they're a big club. They definitely want to be finishing in the top 6 and come down from the Premier League not long ago.
Yeah.
They've got to look at Yeovil and think 3 points, haven't they, really, realistically?
Oh yeah, everybody will look at us and expect 3 points, that's for sure. Sometimes that's a strength for yourselves, and sometimes it's not, because, you know, teams have that confidence to think that they can be beating us. But when they start thinking that they should be beating us, then maybe that plays into our hands a little bit, because we have proved that we're still a difficult side to beat when we do get beat. There's only a couple of occasions in games where we've had a poor spell that has led to opposition goals, but generally we're in most games, and recently we've been taking a few more of our chances. We were creating chances early on in the season, but not taking them, and in these last 4 or 5 games we've started, you know, taking our chances when they've come along, and we've created more, but at least we are scoring.
How pleased are you that it's Bournemouth away on Boxing Day and not someone like Huddersfield, which I know you're playing later on in the 5 games that are coming up, but it's a shorter trip for you on Boxing Day? Yeah,
it's a short trip, but it's still away from home. It's still a very important game, because Bournemouth are one of them teams around us. You know, they've become a big championship side financially because of the people that run the club there. So it's a good team, and it's a good one. I know what you're saying as far as it's not a long trip, but it's not a long trip, but it's a difficult game, and always has been at Bournemouth. And I think we owe them one from last year because we didn't particularly play well there last year. And we've had a look at that, and hopefully we can. The journey back will be a lot better with 3 points, of course.
Absolutely. You say that Bournemouth have become a big club financially. With Yeovil, do you feel that it's perhaps limiting that it is a smaller club that it's looking to grow, and with the reports in the news recently about supermarkets and things perhaps giving Yeovil a chance to grow? Do you think that Huish Park needs to expand? Do you think that the facilities here need to get better to really cement Yeovil's place in the Championship?
What do you reckon? I think it does, and it's no secret. And I was in on the board meeting this morning, where the club are trying to do its best to improve as quickly as we can under the restraints that we've got, albeit money, local laws, whatever it is. There's a lot of shackles on us at the minute, and you have to try and break them shackles down first before you can make the bigger decisions. And everybody's trying to make the club bigger and stronger and healthier for the future. But you've just got to sometimes get over maybe the politics of things or whatever it is. But the club are trying. And that's the main thing.
How important is it? Because say you could expand, but it meant leaving Yeovil and going somewhere else nearby in Somerset. For one example, use Martop, Langport, somewhere like that, somewhere close but not in Yeovil. How important is it to actually be in the town?
Well, again, I don't know the politics of that, but listen, we've got a decent place here with decent areas, and we need to, in my opinion, develop this area. It's here. The houses that are here are happy that there's a football club on their doorstep, because that's how it's been for a little while now, and it is a development area. The only problem is, for some reason or another, we can't develop it. But if we're going to keep in the Championship, then it has to be developed anyway, because it has to be an all-seater stadium. If we can make sure that we stay in the division for next year, there's a big decision to make if you're a Championship club, because it's got to be an all-seater stadium. So there's another, that's development in itself. So there's a lot of things that can be done that there's restrictions on at the moment. But hopefully things that have been said this week may or may not hurry it along, sort of thing. But there's politics in everything, and where there's politics, there's got to be discussion. But someone's got to open that discussion, and someone's got to finish it. So hopefully something will come out of it pretty soon, and then the board can let the public know exactly where they've got to.
Let's get back on the pitch now, talk about football, and I want to talk about a bit injuries, and particularly a goalkeeping situation. I mean, does it look like Steck is fit enough to come back and play a few games now?
Yeah, if he certainly will be in the squad Saturday, so whether that's sitting on the bench or whether that's in the team, we'll have to wait and see. Danny's got a slight little strain, as you know, from the Barnsley game, and so either way it'll be either Chris Dunn or Marek Steck in goal Saturday. That answers your question.
And loan players, let's talk a bit about them. Two of them coming to the end of their spells here at Huish Park. Let's start off with Ishbel Miller. He's been really the one to, I suppose, pick as having the best of spells out of the ones that have come down. You must look at what he's done here and be pretty proud that you picked him out and brought him here, because he's had a really good spell, I think.
Yeah, he's he's come here for good reasons as well. It's important that he plays games, but for us it's important he plays good games. We're not just here to give people games. He's got to affect the game as he has done up to now, and we're pleased with him. He can get better because he can get fitter and stronger with a number of games. Hopefully, if he stays in the team, keeps being selected. But that's why he's come here, and it's just talking with Billy Davis and Nottingham Forest to see where they are, talking to Ishmael's representatives, because we don't know what they've got in their minds. So, meanwhile, that might be a last minute job to get right into it, because, if a club comes in for Ishmael for a permanent transfer, then of course he's got to look at that. But he has said to me that if it's a loan anywhere else, then he'd rather stay on loan with us here. So that's good. I was pleased to hear that, because that's the important one for me. Not the player, but with him being, he's an important player, of course, but the fact that no one else can come in and nick him on loan.
About Shane Duffy then, his spell here, is it looking that he might move back soon, or is he still cemented still at Yeovil?
Yeah, I'll be very disappointed if after recent discussions that we don't have. I'm pretty sure we'll be getting Shane Duffy and John Lundstrom for the remainder of the season. Now that's a big coup for us. It's a great situation with us and Everton. You know, we've sort of provisionally put a deal together. Obviously that will start on the 1st of January. Now, because you can't register these things anyway, you never know what might happen. You know, we might get a tsunami or something, touch wood we don't, or something happen, and you know, or the world ends tomorrow.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. But it won't. We all know it won't. And that should go through. So all parties we think have agreed, and that is a coup for us, because Shane Duffy and John Lundstrom are two really good players, young players, and they have been Yeovilified for sure. They have.
Great new word.
Yeah, it is, and they have, and we trust them and they trust us. So you know, they're good signings to have if it comes off, which I'm sure it will.
What do you see for the future of Fontaine at Yeovil? Where does he stand?
Well, Fonts will need to talk to the new manager, Steve Cotter, who's come in, and probably I'm going to need a chat with him. But you know, Fonts has got his contract at Bristol City, and he's going to have to, you know, sort himself out there to see if his future's there or not, and that's what he's got to find out first.
Let's get a bit Christmassy now, Gary. Got a little present for you.
Oh, very nice, mate.
Yeah. Here you are. Merry Christmas.
Does this make me look big? This?
Hang on a minute.
Go on.
Oh.
You just
Sorry.
that's better. Right, get there.
What?
Go.
Oh,
grab that.
Oh, look,
Grab that,
Radio
Sam.
Bristol
Cheap.
BBC
crackers.
Somerset, Gary. Come on, let's get it right.
and Radio.
What have you got in there? Oh, lovely.
Very nice, mate.
Pink
There's
hat.
not going to be a lot in there, to be fair, is there? Oh, look, it's a yellow card here.
Football themed.
There's a red one in there, mate. I'll show it to you.
you will. I'd like you to have a hat on for the remainder of this interview, please.
Yeah,
Gary.
well, you got no chance.
Good. Well, thanks for that. Merry Christmas. How does Yeovil Town celebrate Christmas then? What have you been doing?
Well, the nice
Apart from
thing.
pulling crackers with you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, they were bigger. Our ones were a lot more expensive than your one.
It's BBC budget.
Yeah, we had a good little Christmas dinner there actually. The players, along with everybody, all departments of the club. It's nice when the club comes together and we can reminisce that over the last 10, 11 years the club's made such progress, and many of the people that were at that dinner were people that have been around all that time, including some media staff, and that's good. That's good for the new players to see the traditions of the club, the people who've been working behind the scenes for all those years, and those people are unsung heroes because you know, they've played a major part in our success as well. They're just the ones. They're not the ones that have these you know, get on themselves on the camera or on the TV or the BBC.
Come on, keep it going, keep it
What's
going.
the matter with you? There's only 80 ugly souls a little bit. But, no, and the good thing is that it was our opportunity for everyone to say well done to everyone else. The chairman gave a nice speech and thanked everybody for their time and effort, and so that was good. So that's been the club's Christmas do today, and it was nice to have everybody else in attendance that was there.
What about the Johnsons? Do you come together as a family on Christmas Day? Talking tactics with Lee over the Christmas table?
Well, it'd be nice, but I don't know where he is, but we're down in Bournemouth, of course, the day after, so you know, you don't get really a chance to have Christmas dinner together. But I think that the next time we're all going to be together will be, we play Leighton Orient on the Saturday, correct? Here, and it would be great for me because I'm going to be going up to watch Liverpool play Oldham. Lee's team play Liverpool in the Cup. On a bit of a scouting mission, I hope. It'd be great if we get the winners in the next round, if we get to that stage ourselves. So on Sunday we'll be up there, and we'll probably try and get a box or something up at Liverpool and have a good Sunday after, as long as we've had a result on the Saturday.
Got a favourite Christmas song, Gary? You've got one which stands out? I see you was a bit of a Wizard fan
This
myself.
is a documentary.
Bit of Slade, bit of Wizard.
I don't like Slade. Yeah, I don't mind all the Christmas songs. You know, I'll listen to whatever's on Radio Somerset or Radio Bristol. So it's my kind of music. And a little bit of Rod the God thrown in, Rod Stewart, Elton John. I'm at that age that I still enjoy all that. Actually, there's some good new ones recently, but that's another thing.
And finally, you'll be pleased to hear. Finally, have you got a message for fans who've really come out this season and the size of the attendance is through the roof compared to last season? So, got a message for them this Christmas?
Yeah, we appreciate their support as always, genuinely, and they've upped their game as well into Championship. We got 2 or 3 new songs, different songs, and some clever songs, and they're clever enough for you to listen to sometimes. So, whoever's coming out with these quirky little songs and bits of motivation, and well done. And people are joining in, and we've tried to make it a bit of a experience, match that experience as well. The club with the music and have little bits and pieces going on, sort of thing. And no, it's been good. And the away support is fantastic, because the time it takes and the money it takes to get to these games is unbelievable, and we really appreciate them. And at home, everybody's joining in the atmosphere. So hopefully we can give them a few games. I think everybody's pretty happy with our work rate, if you like. We know the level we're at, and we know we're probably fighting above our weight. Everybody knows that, but everybody's up for it. And if we come out of it at the end of the season with our Championship status intact, then that would be an achievement that everybody would have deserved, and that's players, board, management, staff, supporters, everybody, and so it'd be a big well done to the whole football club, but it's a long way to go yet.
Thanks. Merry Christmas, Gary.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.